Mathxl. In this quick video, we're going to talk about how to register, how do I get help when I'm doing questions, and getting started. So let's get started. One way you can find Mathxl is just to go to Google and do Mathxl. The first one here you see is Mathxl Pearson. The second one says Mathxl for school. Nope, we don't use that one. We always use the first one. So you're simply just going to click on it. If you've had Mathxl before, you're going to click Sign In, and I'll show you how to register really quick in a minute. If you've never had Mathxl before, we're going to click Student. You'll need three things: your email address, you have to use your Guam CC email, your instructor's program ID, and I have that, and if you look on Moodle, you'll see it in really big letters, and access code, either a credit card or PayPal. You need to go to the bookstore to purchase the access code. You can use financial aid for that. Next, we're going to register for a course required by your instructor. First, you need to put in the course ID. Now this is in Moodle, so you need to type that right here. The access code is different for every semester and every class. Now, if you've had Mathxl before, you're going to sign in. Otherwise, you have to create an account. If you go all the way to the right, you're going to see your course, Summer 2022 MA 110A. If you're in a different semester, you'll have something different here, but make sure you have the correct course and Maloney for your instructor. Let's create. You need to fill in all of this information. Please remember you have to use your guamcc.edu email. That's the only email that I can respond to or email to. Your username, whatever, it doesn't matter. I recommend students using their Guam CC email. For instance, my email is Catherine.Maloney. For me, would be Catherine.Maloney. The password is so important that you need to write it down, have it memorized. Actually, I don't care what you do, but I do not have access to your password. So if you forget it, you need to talk to Pearson, and that could take forever. So please pick a password you're going to remember forever. Your first name, last name, security question, whatever that will be, your security answer, and then click I agree to the terms of use and acknowledge the privacy policy. If you want to get stuff from Pearson, I call it spam, you can click here, but I wouldn't do that. And then you're going to create an account. I can't go any farther from here, but let's look at the PDF that I have in Moodle to follow more instructions. No matter what semester you are, you're going to have the same instructions. We're going to register. You enter your course ID. Remember, it'll be different for different semesters. Then you'll have to enter your access code. That's what you purchase at the bookstore, or you can purchase access. You can only do that if you have a credit card or PayPal. It'll take a couple more steps, but then you want to click Enroll in your instructor's course. You may have to log out and log back in before you enroll, but that's it. And once you get in, let me show you what it looks like. You may have a screen like this. All you're going to do is enter Mathxl. On the left side, you'll see where it says student, but mine also says instructor. You're only going to have student. The course home. This page has weeks in it. You're going to notice that on the 14th, there's a whole bunch of stuff due. Now, look at your calendar. If you don't have your calendar, it's in Moodle. You're going to notice that the 14th is our first graded test, and all of this stuff is due. Let's keep going down. You're going to notice June 14th, everything is due by 11 p.m. Anything completed will show up here. I did watch one of my lectures just to make sure it works okay. Calendar, here's our calendar. I really wouldn't follow it. I would follow the calendar that I have on Moodle. Homework and tests. Here is where you're going to find all of the lecture videos, your homework, and the tests. You're going to notice the first one. It says Video Lecture Section 1.1. This is what every video lecture will look like. Here's the video lecture, then here's your homework. Here's your video lecture, your homework, video lecture, homework, video lecture, homework, and then we have our first practice test and then our graded test. You're going to notice these little flags. These are little reminders. You must score at least 75% on June 19th, 75% on June 10th homework, 75% on June 8th homework, 75% on June 7th homework, and you must score at least 100% on video lectures. That means that you have to watch the video lectures before you can even do the practice test. Let's go all the way to the right. I'm going to go up a little bit. The first one tells the time limit, attempts, how many times you attempted, and then your score. So let's go down again. You have unlimited attempts for the practice test. That means you can do it over and over and over. Now the practice test looks just like my graded test. So the more times you do the practice test, the more times you've done the graded test. The graded test does have a limit of 90 minutes, and you're only given 3 attempts. So the highest score out of the 3 attempts is your score. All right, let's look at our little flag. It reminds us of everything you need to have done. Basically, you have to have everything done for the practice test. Now remember, for the graded test, you need to write down the questions and email me your work. If you don't email me your work by 11 p.m., June 14th, if you don't, you will receive a 0 on the test. You can retake it, but you'll get 5% deducted. Next, we have video lecture 1.4, video lecture questions, and then we're to our second graded test. You'll see it shows you exactly what you need for the practice test to open, which is exactly what you need for the graded test to be open. If we look to the right, the practice test, you have unlimited attempts. You can just keep doing it till you get good at it. And then you only have 3 chances at the graded test. It is a 90-minute test. That means it's an hour and a half. But remember, you have to email me your work before 11 p.m. June 17th. Otherwise, you will receive a 0 on the test, which is not a good thing. And of course, the rest continues the same. I'm going to click my video lecture. You're going to notice I have a green check mark because I actually watched both of them. But one of one, that means I have one and I watched one. This means they're online. All of these videos are on YouTube. When I click here, it shows me my video. If I want to watch it bigger, I just click here, watch on YouTube. And here we are on YouTube, and you can watch it there. There are 2 lectures for this one. It works the same. And then I could go to YouTube to watch the second piece, and there you are. Let's go back to homework and tests. Let's look at our first homework. June 7th, section 1.1, algebra review equations and inequalities. All of these questions are related to the video lectures. You have a couple reminders that you must score at least 75% before you can begin June 13th practice test, and you must score at least 75% before you can begin the June 14th graded test. Right here, it's due by June 14th at 11 p.m. You currently have 0% and unlimited attempts per question. Well, what does that mean? Well, let's look. Let's look at question 1. Every question is going to tell you the homework that you're working, the question number, so this is question number 1, the section it comes through, and your points. Each question is worth 1 point. Solve 6m plus 6 equals 8m minus 2. For the answer, you'll click here. You notice it says m equals. Then it tells you to simplify your answer, type an integer or fraction. If your answer is a fraction, you have to reduce it. So let's put in an answer. Let's say it's 7. I'm going to go down to the right, and it says check your answer. So let's check it. If you're incorrect, you'll get something that says no, and then it tells you to use the properties of equality, so it gives you a hint. So let's say okay. I tried it again, and this time I get -3. Let's go to the bottom right and check our answer again. Yikes, still not right. Okay, well you do have 3 attempts, and you'll notice on the bottom right it says final check. But let's say I really don't get it. Let's go down to help me solve this and then view an example. Well, if you ever get an alert like this, this means you've left the question too long. When you click OK to return to your course, but what's going to happen? It's going to save your results. Okay, I tried -3, didn't work. I really don't know what's going on. So I'm going to click View an Example. It's going to tell us what we need to do. So we're just going to click Continue, and you'll read along to see how to do it. When you come to close, it tells us that the value of m is 10. But that is only for this question, not the one we're doing. Let's say we do it again and we still don't get it right. Let's click Help Me Solve This. For this one, it's going to start asking us questions that we have to fill in. What expression must be subtracted from each side so the m terms are on the left side of the equation? The lecture video explains this, so I'm not going to explain exactly what I'm doing. But as you go along, it's going to tell you, yay, good job, or not good job. Also, what happens is when we get to the end, our question is going to change because the computer already helped us solve it. Now we've come to the bottom, and we're going to click Check Answer. Cool. You can also print this example if you'd like. We're going to continue. Now look on the top left because our equation is going to change. And then you'll do it all over again. Now I'm going to put in some incorrect answers here. And I'm going to show you that even if you get it incorrect, you're going to notice that you have it wrong. It tells you the correct answer. And then it says similar question. Yes, you can do a question exactly like this. When you get it correct, you'll have a green check mark, which means woohoo, good job. Or you could leave it incorrect, which I don't recommend, and go to the next question. Let's go up to the top right and save. I recommend you do that for every question. This shows us all of the questions. You're going to see I did number 1, but I didn't get it correct. You're going to notice I have 0 out of 1. I still have 0% score. Remember, you can go back and get 100%, which means you can resume or just click on question 2, question 3, and so on. I'm going to go back to question 1. There's one more piece that I didn't show you. If we look on the bottom, it says textbook. Let's click it. Depending on the speed of your internet, this may take a minute, but you'll notice it shows us 1.1 linear equations, and this is what your textbook looks like. So if you'd like to look over it, I'm going to go to the next page. Okay, great. If you would like to see an example, just click here. And this is a video example from the book, not me, but it's just as good. You can press play to watch it. I'm going to X out. I hope you can see there's lots of ways that you can get these questions correct. Notice late submission penalty, 5% deducted from questions completed after the due date. You can still do these questions after the due date, but you're going to have to get 80% to get 75%. And remember, if you don't have 75%, you can't do the practice test or the graded test. Let's go to the results. The number in here tells you your current grade. Why is it 50%? Well, let's go down. You're going to notice the assignment results for 6-5-22. And this is what you need to do for 6-5-22. As days go by, more will be added. You're going to notice I have 0 for my score for the homework, but 100% for my video lectures, just because I watched both of them. The score here is your grade. So at the end of the semester, whatever shows up here will be your grade. There's also a study plan. I don't recommend using it. It gets really confusing, and I don't exactly teach how the book teaches everything. And that's it. If you have any questions, please let me know.